Well, there goes my computer telling me what time it is. For our second technology, we're actually going to talk about an activity that can be done before doing something in class. It's also known as a carousel brainstorming. And pretty much what happens in a carousel brainstorming is a teacher predetermined what the class is going to learn. According to that, the teacher then creates six questions. Questions that are supposed to make them think, that they're supposed to get their brains thinking in a way that they haven't really been thinking about. And you put those six questions around the room. Now, the name carousel is pretty obvious because the students then are broken into six different groups, and every single group of students goes to one of the six different questions, reads the question, as a group they all write down what they think, what they're brainstorming collectively about the question. Once they're done with that question, they have about 3 to 5 minutes for each question. They keep on doing that until they're done and they've went through all the six questions. And once that's done, they sit down, they discuss the questions they've been over, what they said, what they thought, and then collectively make up this summary about all six questions and then have them read that to the class out loud so they could see what all the different students are thinking, what they know about the topic, what they don't know about the topic, what certain things are going to be corrected, what things are they going to learn. This is where a teacher sees that type of area, like gray area, where students either know or they don't know, or they're simply curious. Another purpose for this activity is that it increases engagement in the classroom itself, which is very important, especially for, well, pretty much for anything. You want the students to retain this information as far as they can, as much as they can, which is why this activity keeps them going and thinking, which is why I like it. Another good thing about this activity is that typically if students misbehave during this activity, they're either like they're funny, they joke around, they play around, they walk around the room. Something that you can do for this activity instead of having to risk that valuable teaching time, you can simply make the group sit down and you as a teacher pass around the questions so they don't have to stand up and look around and have a possibility of doing something silly and getting a giggle out of it, which is something I liked about this activity because sometimes it's very hard to control what the students do, whereas here you get them to do what they want, you get them thinking before it even starts. This activity can also be used for after reading something and after learning something as review to see if if their brain actually picked up the right information and if they can distinguish what's right, what's wrong. Yeah, carousel brainstorming.